Let's go!
What's up, dudes? Max here. So another day, another round of announcements. Today is actually Multiversus, and Multiversus is getting a, from what I understand, a new beta that's going to be coming up pretty soon, around like the 19th or 20th, and hopefully another opportunity for people to actually like play the game and see what it's like. And I've played very little of Multiversus. I can't even provide much in terms of my own personal take, but I thought the gameplay was fine, and I thought the matchmaking slash netcode from what I did play was okay too. I just didn't get a ton of time because of when my availability was to play Multiversus to really give like a deep dive of it, which is why I'm kind of looking forward to this video, which is sort of demonstrating and going over a bit of what Multiversus is. If anything, the one thing that I am genuinely curious about of the game is the fact that it is one of the first big launching free-to-play fighting games that is rotating around a free-to-play model. There's a whole point of the whole thing is that it is free-to-play, so I think this game is going to be a pretty big standard of what free-to-play fighting games sort of can be. Hopefully not super predatory, although I don't know much of how that model is going to work, how characters are going to specifically be distributed, stuff like that. But this will be a good like testing ground to sort of see what the future could potentially be, and hopefully it works out for them. But either way, let's check out the video, see what the devs have to say, and see what matches actually look like in Multiversus. Oh god, I keep forgetting. Also, thank you to anybody that puts thumbs up on the video or leaves a comment. I have to constantly remind myself to ask people to hit some buttons, so thank you to everybody that did so in the previous videos. Let's get this shit started.
Hi, I'm Daniel Kraft, Principal Developer here at Player First Games. With me now is our Game Director, Tony Gwynn.
Hi, I'm Tony, the Game Director here at Player First Games and on Multiversus. I just want to fill everyone in on what's been happening since we first revealed the game in November. The team has been heads down working on the game, and we've had 2 technical alpha tests that have happened. I just want to thank everyone
I wasn't the first one, but for very brief.
Gave feedback. We learned a lot. Joining us are Nakat and Void, who held the #1 spot in our 2v2 leaderboard on technical alpha test.
What's going on, everybody? It's Nakat, and I am super excited and happy to be here to talk about Multiversus. I've been playing fighting games professionally since 2009, so I kind of got a long history in the scene, and I'm finally able to just let it all out and tell you guys why this game is so amazing.
And I'm Void. I've been playing professional platform fighters for about a decade, and honestly, I'm just really happy to be here to talk about Multiversus both with Tony, Daniel, and one of my static teammates for a very long time, Nakat.
So what are we actually doing here, guys?
Oh, we're here to body you.
Let's get to the stage. Let's see what you actually have.
All right.
I'm ready to play. Let's do this.
Prepare yourself.
Okay.
What we need to do.
All right, so this is what this is setting up for. All right.
He just goes straight out.
Devs versus pros type of stuff. Okay. So the whole game is like premised around 2v2. That's like the big focus of it.
I'm jumping up to you.
I think I played only 1v1.
It stopped us. Our strategy.
Okay. So we're not exactly going to be describing what's happening. We're just going to be looking at what's happening. Okay.
He's gonna charge over that corner.
I find it kind of crazy that the health bars are below the characters. I don't think I like that.
Watch out for Superman.
I don't think I like that. I think if there's an option to hopefully have them up there, that'd be great. Next to the characters themselves. This is very hard to follow. There's like no downtime. I see Tom and Jerry over there. There's like no downtime in 2v2, right? Characters are just constantly up each other's asses. Shit. That was one hell of a death scream. I will say, showing like a raw, uncut match. I don't know if this is what I was looking for.
So the smoke.
I don't know. So wait a minute. So the life bars get all crazy, all heated when they get past 100. Is that when they're in a KO opportunity? Do they have to get past 100 to be in a KO opportunity? I have many questions.
I was trying to avoid him actually like hitting me upward into the upward blast zone, but
It's stuff that I would love there to be like a breakdown of, even more so than before, you know?
Got him. Oh, the minute I tried to lasso you, it was already over. Yeah.
I think this should be a fine warm-up.
I think visually the game doesn't really look bad. I just think this presentation and setting isn't leading to a lot of exciting moments. At least, I'm not even saying the game doesn't lead to exciting moments. I'm just saying in terms of what this video and presentation is sort of doing. You know? Since there is essentially 2 fights happening at any given time, which is, I get it, the point of the game, it makes it a little hard from a first-time viewer to just immediately mentally grapple what is going on and trying to figure stuff out, you know? At least like get an idea of like, oh, there's like a meteor smash, or I don't know, something that has a big staple moment, right? It is cool that your team can provide buffs for the other side of your team. That was awesome. The Tom and Jerry dog on the right, that was actually kind of awesome. And man, is the music really? Is the music really like Nicktoons level? It's like super muted, essentially from the show, because this is a Scooby-Doo stage, I'm pretty sure. It's just like creepy sounding music. Not even House of the Dead creepy, like techno jazz. Now I'm really looking at one character at a time. And I'm looking at Tom, right? And Tom actually has some fantastic animations. I think individually some of the characters actually look quite good. It's just that there is always multi-brawls happening in multiverses, you know?
Red team.
I'm gonna look at Superman now.
Never hold back.
So Superman's just relatively a brawler.
Blue team.
He's not doing like crazy eye lasers and stuff like that, at least not yet. No, there was an eye laser. It was just not red. You can hear the commentary from like the devs and the players. All right, there we go. That's a bit better. It'd have been cool if there was like a replay mode where you can like hover the camera around and get like highlights of cool moments that were happening during the fight. And like literally show off like some of the cool stuff that can happen because it happens so fast right here.
Shaggy's in a healthy state, since he is the baseline.
Shaggy's the baseline? Wait a minute, are we saying Shaggy is a Shoto?
And he's pretty ripped.
We're talking about his physical stature?
Slice and
yeah, I think I was actually way more impressed with Tom, and the more I look at Superman, the more he's just like sort of a general brawler, you know? I think even Shaggy looks even a bit more polished. I think he looks great. Wow, what is that crazy animation over there on the left? Wow, that's awesome. That's actually very cool. This just looks like... You know what I want? I want like 8-player free-for-all in this game. That's what I want. I want there to be 8 people, and it's just absolute friggin' madness. Just absolutely insane and all over the place, you know? But I get it. I completely understand why some free-to-play fighting games would want to do the 2v2 thing. Those KO animations are really sick.
I won't make that mistake again.
I think one of my biggest gripes is actually the music. It's like the lack of like hype, you know?
Void especially, I've actually never seen some of the combos that you were doing on Tom and Jerry. Your combo.
Where are they?
Mid-map.
It's hard to tell. we need like to zoom in on them or something like that.
I'm gonna look at this more closely, but
that's a very on-character trait.
Yeah, I mean,
I can snipe someone that he puts off stage, you know, from a distance.
Yeah, here's the thing. I get what they're saying. It was just very hard on first like watch to see those moments. Like it would be great if there was some sort of like editing or camera movement or something, not in the game, but at least in terms of like a spectator, like first watching to like show how cool that is, that you could save your friend with a lasso and bring them back up immediately. Because the first impression I get, especially seeing the game in 2v2, which I've never really seen a lot of outside of maybe the first couple of trailers, at least watching an active match, is that it looks like a dust cloud in a Looney Tunes episode of like two characters brawling and there's a dust cloud with stars and sticks and all this crap flying over the place. That's what it sort of like looks like until you probably watch a whole bunch of the game and then eventually get to the point where that makes sense. And it's kind of hard to pinpoint. At what point in the crazy dust cloud of crazy bullshit did you see something really cool happen?
And so the big thing for me was I really wanted to see if this could carve its own path and be something totally unique. And when I finally got to—
That's what he's saying is definitely true. I don't want another game just to be like Smash Brothers Melee, you know? And that's the big issue. Even Smash Brothers evolved past Smash Brothers, you know, Melee for a certain degree. I'm kind of looking for platform fighters to do like new and unique and crazy stuff, right? Something that is a bit different than it just being like Smash, you know?
To be as smooth and easy as possible to play wherever you want to play and however you want to play.
That's the biggest part of this game, right? The biggest part of this game is that it's seemingly ticking like all the things I said in the matchmaking video, at least pre-release, right? It's seemingly ticking the crossplay element. It's ticking the, it has rollback netcode element. And it also is ticking, hopefully, the matchmaking element. And technically, it's hitting the bonus one, right? The bonus one, which is the fact that it is free to play. So the barrier of entry is nothing. And hopefully, if that one is the only one that's like maybe up in the air, because at least from what I experienced, the other ones were pretty good. Like the crossplay would seem to be functioning from what I understand. The matchmaking was working pretty quick, and the rollback netcode didn't seem like it had any immediate issues, but I played very little, right? You got to understand, I played like a couple of matches. And the big one is like, is the free-to-play a huge caveat to that? And pretty much time will tell, and it's honestly one of the things I'm the most concerned about.
The other things are, we're trying to make the best in class online of any game, basically ever. And so we're investing a lot of our resources into making online a great experience.
Well, that's
So
good.
after everything we've been
That's
talking
fantastic.
about,
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Tony, Void, and Nakat for joining me today. We had a lot of fun. Multiversus is a free-to-play platform fighter that will be coming out later this year on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Thank you. See you soon.
Well, that's the big one. It's the moment that is the most pinpointing for the future of the game, is that when the beta does eventually come out, are things going to work? You know, hopefully there will be a level of functionality that will actually make sense, and people can obviously download the game for free and sign up for it. But pulling a conclusion from the gameplay from this was a little rough for me. You know, even though I played a little bit of it, and my experience was obviously in a couple of 1v1 matches many months ago, and I had a relatively positive experience. It seemed very, it seemed a little different from Smash, right? Which was nice. But the fact that the game had no blocking, from what I remember, and the fact that the game was more focused on 2v2, it was sort of daunting at first to see this, where you have 2v2 and it's such like all over the place, man. It's like I kind of want to sit here and look at some of these moments which are a bit easier to identify in a 1v1 situation. I don't think the game looks bad. I think I have issues with how the presentation of this first big live demo of the game sort of was, you know? I wish we had more time to delve and see some cool moments that happen other than them just flying by and, you know, the dust wake of these characters absolutely smacking the holy shit out of each other. Either way, I think you and myself are going to be able to pull more conclusions in just over like a week or so, when the game eventually gets into a state where we can play it with crossplay and online and stuff like that. Maybe get a better understanding of how things are going to be, and then eventually, whenever the hell it comes out, we'll actually see how the free-to-play model works, and what they're going to be charging for, how the unlock system is, our characters unlocking, like all that kind of stuff, how the game will be functioning from this point forward. Because again, the online functionality and the free-to-play aspect are the things I'm probably the most curious about here. Because as of right now, Multiversus doesn't have a ton of characters that I'm really like in love with, that I'm like, damn, I can't wait to get in and play Bugs fucking Bunny! I sort of just want to see what it's like, because it's doing a lot of things that I've been waiting for fighting games to do for a long time, and I'm hoping they all just essentially work. Either way, thank you dudes for watching. This was an interesting take at the first beginning of Multiversus, and I'll be back with more eventually when we get to make videos of it and stream it. I'll be back for that, but until then, thank you dudes a ton for watching. My name is Max, and I'll see you next time.